Hey guys, welcome to Discussing the Universe with Drake.
And Ty.
And here we are going to discuss a very cool, epic subject that we definitely didn't make up last second. That would be ridiculous.
Run from it.
Destiny still rise. That one Thanos quote. It's become an inspiration to Americans everywhere.
When you say we didn't make it up last second, well, that's actually true. He was just saying it sarcastically. We have this as a topic.
We have this written down, but we decided it last second. Okay, that's what I meant. I'm sorry for misspeaking. I will have to abolish my sins via seppuku.
You shouldn't go that far. Maybe you could just talk to a pastor or something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I find that to be a lot easier.
Catholicism. Time to pay off all my debts of sin with U.S. money.
All right.
So Destiny.
Dread it. We have to start with Dread It.
Okay, we do have to start with Dread It. Okay, fine. We're starting with Dread It, I guess. So dread is like fear, and you know what fear is? Fear is bad. Don't be afraid of things. Okay, we did it. Great.
No, you're allowed to be afraid of things. You're allowed to be afraid.
No, it's actually illegal.
It's not illegal.
I went to a horror movie, and then the FBI showed up at my house, and we were like, "What the heck were you doing?"
Are you sure that's not because of what you have downstairs?
No, that's besides. No, they clearly came because I was scared. The FBI can smell fear, Ty. You don't understand.
The FBI can smell fear. Oh. Mm-hmm. Right. Anyway, I believe it's okay to be afraid. Of basically anything.
It's human nature. So humans are allowed to be afraid. That was the first episode. We already did it. Go click the iCard in the. I'm not gonna remember to do the iCard.
I'm not gonna remember.
Don't look for it.
Don't look for it, unless magically I do remember.
By the way, just in case you missed it, we have Discord server. Go into the description and click on.
Follow the Discord and Instagram. Links in the description.
Social media links in the description. Make sure to sub to our Patreon with $100 a month. Oh yeah.
We aren't monetizing this.
Maybe I should.
Okay. Sure, I guess.
All right. So.
As long as I get some of that.
So run from it. What's your opinion on cross country?
Okay. Recently I walked 5.5 miles, which was a terrible mistake because I would walk
500 miles, and I would walk 500.
5.5.
5.5 more. Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't exactly a run, but I told some family friends, and they're like, "Ty, you could totally run a 10K," and I'm like,
"What?"
That doesn't seem like a good idea, considering I literally have calluses that are aching on my feet.
I'm sorry if you're a cross country person, but running is just not enjoyable in the slightest. It's literal pain. Your body is telling you to stop doing it. You are a masochist.
No, but it's like basically it's running. Yeah, I was gonna try and justify running. No, I can't do it. I'm sorry. All cross-country people in the audience. Or if you just like running in general for like working.
Do you think we have
and strengthening your muscles? Just do a walk.
Jock-like people in our target audience?
Not exactly our target audience, but I could totally get some jocks to watch.
I don't think we have a target. I think the target audience is ourselves, actually.
Honestly, who are we making these for? Ourselves. That is correct.
It is to make sure my mental state doesn't deteriorate. I'm gonna go insane without this podcast.
Alright, now we can do Destiny Still Arrives.
Okay, so Destiny, which was essentially the point. The point of this podcast is Destiny. The entire podcast. We've decided to make this a the Destiny-related podcast where we talk about zodiac signs and other things.
Let's get back to Marvel. Thanos is the Mad Titan, of course, in the Marvel Cinematic Series that recently just ended Phase 3, I think, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, sure.
And he believed it was destiny that brought him to the stone, or that destiny brought him the stones.
Yeah.
Even though it's really kind of just his own hard work, you know, I believe that destiny, while technically existing, it can be manipulated. Because you don't really know what's happening next. You know what I mean?
But doesn't that go against the whole point of fate?
Well, I mean, yeah, but who said everything had to be predetermined?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's the argument. That's going to be the concept.
Here's the thing. Fate is a cool concept and all, but it's either fate is real or it isn't. If you're able to bend fate, then there's no fate. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's fate that you bended fate or bent fate.
An interesting thing that I've liked is like, yeah, you were fated to bend fate. It was all predetermined. If you manipulate the timeline, that was intended to be manipulated. That manipulation is in the timeline. That's
why you can't break the timeline. That's why you can't travel the timeline, because that happening is part of the timeline. So it's like, that's why I believe also time travel probably won't happen. Because imagine trying to go backwards against the flow of time. But time is
the other problem with time travel in general is that the concept of time in and of itself isn't how most people think it is. Technically, time is just things happening and things moving. It's like, wow, this thing is now there. To be able to time travel would quite literally just be being able to move all of matter at once into what it was previously like before.
Yeah.
The problem is that every single person would, if depending on how it would work, every single person's brains would be either, they'd either all die because
or just shut down,
or they just remember everything. So when it's not essentially time travel. It's just you moved everything backwards. You literally took the planet and you put your little put your little screwdriver on it and you twisted it, and it just kind of went like in the other direction. It's like, wow, you did it. Great job. What would you do if you could reverse time, Ty?
If I could reverse time, I'd probably I'd go back to like the ancient ancestors and just give them fire before they were ever thought about it. Like, meat tastes good raw, and then I'd cook the meat and they'd be like,
So you changed nothing essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of.
Why would I screw with it?
It's kind of boring. Because with the time travel we're discussing again, paradoxes don't exist because remember you're moving everything except for yourself. So if you kill like yourself in the past, nothing happens to you because you just moved atoms. You're still there.
Okay. Then I would probably go all the way back to the American Revolution, and then I'd like jokingly say, like, dang, it'd be weird if like you guys had another war after this between each other. Am I right?
Am I right, guys?
Am I right, guys? And then I'd probably save Lawrence from death, and then force Manuel Miranda to wonder where he got that idea of Lawrence dying, even though he never did.
Yeah.
Because Hamilton would be like, I may not live to see our... And then all the historians would be like, yeah, Lawrence didn't actually die?
What was I gonna say? What would I do if I had the ability to time travel?
You'd probably kill me, let's be honest.
No, okay, so you know you know how the first thing everyone would do is like, you gotta kill Hitler or whatever, and then people are like, no, it caused a bunch of time things.
Yes, now that there are no paradoxes, you can just do that.
I could do that, but I think the real target here is I'm going to kill the sun. Because it's lame.
Oh my god. Callback iCar.
Whoa. Also kill the first amphibian that went on land. That's the sucker. That's the one right there.
God. That's terrible.
That's the source of all my problems.
Got one little hybrid that decided to grow lungs. Okay.
Me eliminating the first bacteria.
You walk
assassination up to mission.
You walk up to like the plankton that just formed, and you're like, "Hi there." Boom. Maybe. Drake. Here's another question though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in gravity?
Do I believe in gravity? Let's go. Okay, so gravity. Now this is time to get into some interesting things. Now, gravity is not literally gravity, okay? It is a way of describing fate in a different way that is very cool, rad, and stuff. So, instead of fate like everything happening on a path, if you think about fate as a form of gravity, where you feel drawn to things have poles near to each other. You can either resist against the gravity, or you can just go with the said gravity. You can be pulled to the places where gravity wants you to go, but you can still go against it. Life will be hard for you because you're pulling against a very strong force, but you can still manage to do it. But gravity will always bring you back to your intended place. That's fate. That's how it be. It's very interesting, very philosophical discussion. Very interesting. That definitely isn't an anime reference. That
Obviously.
Would be ridiculous and
it's all
very
made
cringe. It's all. Okay.
Listen, let's talk about Destiny and its relation to rhinoceros beetles. Okay.
Yeah. So, rhinoceros beetle.
Rhinoceros beetle. Sorry.
Only maybe two people. Only two people in the audience understand that.
I feel like some people. I feel like if somebody had like a weekend and was like super bored, they could go through our podcasts and like just count the number of JoJo references we make.
They could identify the amount.
Whether intentional or unintentional, because I think that'd be really funny. Just like a number.
Actually, I do have a serious thing to kind of talk about from that, kind of. Basically, there's the whole point of that section of anime JoJo funny is basically the goal is to, achieve heaven, ha 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 ha. But what heaven essentially is basically it's a state of nirvana. It's a state of mind. The characters, the bad people, believe that in order for humanity to find inner peace, they must accept their fate. Stress and worry and negative emotions come from like the unknown of the future. So, Ty, do you believe that if every single person in the universe knew what their entire life would be like, would that be better or worse than what we have now, where we just don't know what's happening?
I'd say it's worse. I'd say that if you knew everything that's going to happen to you, it'd be very boring. But
would it be peaceful?
It would be. It'd be basically no conflict, no real conflict, no feeling.
The moral ambiguity with this is that isn't that what people want? Don't people want world peace?
Yeah, but it'd be dull. It'd be fake. Because they all know. They all know what the outcome's going to be. It doesn't erase the hatred. It just makes everybody realize that the hatred is meaningless.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We are true intellectuals here. We
Thank you.
use our 3 combined brain cells to form
I think
many great
we have
thoughts.
at least 3.5. Okay.
What? Okay, where's the other half coming from?
You're right. Luke isn't here.
That's
another call. That.
Let's go. The iCard. Click on podcast episode.
Dude, we are going
6. What are we on? How long have we been doing this?
This is episode.
We skipped last week. So how long have we been doing this?
This is episode 7.
We've been doing this for
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Because last week we recorded.
Last week we recorded a different thing. That's the surprise for later.
It's a surprise. It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
Oh, when will I'm thinking about. Yeah. Okay. So if the Halloween we're gonna have a Halloween episode probably.
Yeah.
So when is that? Is that next week?
Yeah, that's next week, dude.
Okay, so we have to record that next week on Tuesday, so it comes out on... You know what, we could push it back one day to release on Halloween.
Why not? Why not?
So instead of releasing on Friday, I'll release on Saturday. Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
So
we should probably be talking about this out of podcast.
Out of podcast.
But,
whatever. You know, now the people know.
It's fine. They all know what
now
to
the
expect.
People know.
Make sure to like and sub and ring that notification bell. So that way you get the notification of when it comes out on Saturday. Yes.
If you were to be told, if like, would you rather want Destiny to be real or rather not have Destiny to be real?
Just a predetermined feature. As long as I
like
don't know.
If someone, if like an all-knowing, omniscient being told you, fate is real or fate doesn't exist, would you want to know that?
Okay, that's all it tells me, like whether it's real or not. It
just tells you whether it's real or not.
I would say yes. I would want to know.
You'd want to know.
I want to know, because then as long as I don't know what it is, at least I'll be accepting of the future that comes. I'll be like, so this was what was supposed to happen, or I could get really motivated and be like, no, screw you, all-knowing, omniscient being. I'm going to change reality.
But that was also fated.
Exactly. I don't. I'd rather not think about it.
No, but you know that, though. You'd know deep down in your mind.
My heart would know. My resolve would weaken at the thought.
I don't want to know if fate is real or not. Because that would make... If fate is real, that would make all my actions absolutely meaningless.
This podcast was fated.
Yes. Well, that's obvious. That's not... Our podcasts are out of the general realm of everything else.
Obviously.
It's on a different plane.
If
you didn't, audience, podcast listeners, fellow universe discussioneers, I hope you understand that we are actually recording this on a different plane of reality right now.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty rad, yeah.
They obviously aren't going to worry about that too much. Now.
No. If they could find us, then our whole operation would be screwed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It's written in the stars. Burn out.
I do want to talk about zodiac signs, though.
Oh my god!
Because
literally, okay, off camera, right? When we were in class and people were talking about their birthdays, they were like, "Oh my god, I'm a Scorpio," right? And I kind of just interjected. No, that's okay, audience. That's literally that was the dialogue.
That was it. That was yeah. It's almost like it's almost like we live in the valley in California. Wow.
Weird. Okay. But like, yeah, I was like, I quietly just said like, "Oh, I'm a Virgo, I guess," and like nobody responded, and then somebody else was like, "OMG, I'm a Scorpio too," except OMG wasn't there, but Scorpio 2 was.
OMG would have been there. They would have put OMG.
It would have been there. But they could feel.
I remember. It was. Was it last year or was it 10th grade? I can't remember. It might have been last year. But I remember I told someone that was like I told someone that I'm an Aries or whatever, and they were like, you don't feel like an Aries. I'm like, wow, it's almost like the zodiac signs have no connection to the person whatsoever.
Yeah, I believe individuals are supposed to be unique. You can't classify them under like in a category.
Yes, I'm down for like classifying people under like groups of personality types,
like
but
maybe
not
like
based off of their freaking birth month. Like, what does that even mean?
Oh, you were born in September between these days. Boom, you're a Virgo. You're confident and stuff.
Yeah.
And 10th grade me would say, what?
So, and the problem with having specific personality types be under months is that the people who write horoscopes and stuff, and the people who like do the stuff, they just have to kind of like make the most broad statements about people. It's like people who are Aries will be most likely to do this, and it's like basic human emotion plus some slightly more like extroverted aspect of it.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
By the way, I have absolutely not memorized all the zodiac sign characteristics or whatever. Some of them I don't even think they are. Like, I don't think they have any.
Actually, I do know somebody who probably has them all memorized. I can ask her right now.
What's the difference between a freaking Pisces and a Virgo, Capricorn?
Should I ask that?
Sure. Ask what all. You know what? Ask what all of them mean. I want to know. I want to know right now from a true believer.
I think I want to join the cult or something.
Join the cult. Dorime.
What do all the zodiac signs mean?
I'm sorry, discussioneers. I have now converted to zodiacism. I see the light now.
Oh my goodness.
I
hit enter.
I shall now buy essential oils for all my needs.
Oh, please. Do
Masks
not try to cure cancer.
Irrelevant.
Oh, God. No.
I have my tea.
Audience, please wear a mask. It's not that difficult. We say this every time, I think.
Yes, we do. You say this every time.
I say this every time because I want to look out for all the humans.
Yes. Unfortunately, they're all doomed anyway, but that's besides the point. That's besides the point. You know, I'm definitely not stealing this from the person in the audience who's listening to this right now that knows who I'm stealing from. But someone joked about, I was joking about how this podcast is going to be the cure to COVID. Okay? If everyone were to listen to our podcast, boom, it would just eject from their system. It just doesn't mix.
I think I know who you're talking about.
you know what I'm talking about? No, you don't. No, you don't.
Because we're talking about you. Because you said that.
Yes, because that's my joke that I made up on my own, and definitely not someone sent me on Instagram a DM that made that joke. Yep. That would be ridiculous. Speaking of Instagram, follow in the description. Make sure to follow that account. Where I have polls on you vote for what we discuss, except for when I forget, and then we just make something up.
That is actually important. He does host polls. Yeah. I post art there, so if you want to see my art, you can see that.
Why would you want to see Ty's art though? When you could see my memes.
That's true, actually. Drake has
and also
nice
me
memes.
Posting random things. I used to be consistent until I wasn't.
Dude, for the entire month of October, single post a day, it's actually not that bad. It's like, hey, you have art to do. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, no, imagine doing that, but it's like a video every day.
A video every day? I'd probably get really tired.
Yeah, you would. Like, you would get really tired of doing a video every day. You'd probably stop. You'd probably stop.
Maybe.
You'd probably stop doing it and then question why your channel is called Daily Dose of Existence. You'd begin to question that.
Maybe somebody would.
And then you'd put a sarcastic description of the channel that says, I guess it's not daily anymore, and then that fixes all my problems. Also, I didn't even know that Daily Dose of Internet was a channel before I made my channel name, and now I've stuck with it for so long. I will mention it every single time because it's so stupid. It's like a multi-million subscriber channel. Jeez.
You keep ranting. I just picked up my water.
Cool. So, about that airline food. To go off
Wait,
on
what?
that joke, what is the deal with airline food? Like,
What?
actually, like, the comedians will always make the funny joke. They'll always be like, haha, and then that's become the stereotype now. But it's not even that bad of food. It's just like, oh, pretzels, okay.
Oh, you mean like pretzels, like the snacks?
Wait, Ty, have you never heard what's the deal with airline food?
No, I've never heard that one before.
What? It's the whole stereotype where basically stand-up comedian...
I'm culturally dead.
Stand-up... I can't believe I'm actually explaining airline food to you. Oh my gosh. Basically, stand-up comedians... It's become like a stereotype where their joke is like, what's the deal with airline food? Because it's bad. That's like the joke. You know, it's supposed to be ironic. It's
right.
It's much funnier if you actually know about it instead of just
I guess it would be.
Not knowing about. How have you lived your whole life without knowing this?
You don't tell me how to live my life. No, nah, I just don't keep up with trends. Like
I'm gonna tell you how to live the Thai life, okay?
It's literally my.
You walked right into it. Walked right into it. Subscribe to his YouTube. I always put it in the description. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Ty? I always put your channel in the description.
Yep.
Just like how you always put my channel in your description.
Yup.
Always, every single time that I've checked.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to check back on the previous videos, I'd find it there, right?
I will cut your power right now.
Okay, fine. Jeez, you're so rude.
I'm sorry, that was mean. I'll edit all the descriptions so it has Drake's channel in it.
It's too late. The damage has been done.
I'm sorry.
I would have had 100. You have 50 subs, by the way.
I know, it's great. I didn't realize I'd get growth, like, at all.
Yeah, even though my videos get more views than you, but that's besides the point. That's whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I have 4 loyal fans.
It's fine!
No.
What is my channel at? Hold on, let me look. So have you gotten a response back?
From who? Oh, right, no,
the
not
person.
yet.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's not like everybody's available all the time.
Actually, they kind of should be. I might just look it up and just so I could keep the podcast moving along.
Okay. Well, unless I mean, I guess if that's going to be the focus, then sure, maybe.
I have 47. Wait, I have 47 subscribers. I thought I had like 42. This is an epic gamer moment.
You have growth as well. Look at that.
Look at that. A lot of people watched the How to Get a Significant Other compared to Alien Invasion. I just like to say. Like, it dipped to 15 views for that one and then got back up to 29.
What? 29? Dude, freaking my Alien Invasion only has 6.
6 views? When was the last time I had a video with less than double digits?
Okay, I see how it is.
I'm just saying. Yo, Drake Sings Dama Dane is almost at 100 views. Yo. Also, no, it's at 99. It's at 99 views.
99, wow, nice.
I can't believe that got 99 views, while my Content Wars 9 got only 35. I put so much effort. That's the most editing I've ever done in that video. Yes, you are in that one. Go watch it. It's on my channel.
Dame, dame.
Dame yo, dame yo. Copyright claim.
Suki de, Suki.
We've been copyright claimed.
We have been striked by Yakuza Zero.
The word is struck. Not striked. The word is maybe stricken, but not striked. I can't believe you would say something so egregious like that.
Oh my god.
Have you ever been to an English class before? I think not.
I literally went to one this morning.
Amazing. What'd you learn there, huh? What knowledge did you obtain?
We just had a philosophical discussion about Lord of the Flies chapter.
fated to have that philosophical discussion?
I was, actually, and I knew about it because that's what he said happened last Thursday.
You know,
Yeah.
that whole, you know how Thanos said that line? It makes me upset that, like, some of the trailer lines didn't even make it in the movie. Like, the whole... I guess it didn't fit with... Now that looking back on it, like, the line about, fun isn't something someone considers when balancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face. It doesn't fit with his character at all. It's just a good line.
It's a really good line.
But, like, with Thanos' character, I don't think he was ever having fun that entire time. I don't think that was the point.
He was just doing it. Yeah. I do like it, though. Fun isn't something one considers when balancing out the universe. But this does put a smile on my face. Really good.
Yes. What if Avengers was made in, like, the 80s or whatever? I want to see practical effect Thanos.
Practical effect Thanos. That'd be interesting. Puppet Thanos. You know, like an alien, how they had a puppet.
Yeah. I mean, some of Alien was a suit.
Well, it was like a suit and a puppet. So.
Yeah. My voice cracked. I was like, yeah. What even is a voice crack, by the way? Like, I don't even know what it is exactly.
I think it's just your vocal cords kind of straining weirdly, and then you let out some air, right, while you're talking, and so that sudden strain kind of just cracks it, or makes it change in pitch drastically.
When will the voice cracks stop? When will it end? The suffering. I'm gonna evolve like Pokemon. Like Pokemon.
It's actually Pokemon because of the little symbol over the E makes it the A sound. You're just an uncultured fool.
Yes, I know. But Pokemon sounds way better for my mouth to say than Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all. Should I do an entire monotone cover of...
Say it, no, right? Pokemon? Ty, I want to hear you say right now. Say gotta catch 'em all, except don't shorten them to M. Just do it and say it right now.
Gotta catch them all.
It feels wrong. It feels wrong on an emotional level. Gotta catch them all instead of saying gotta catch them all is
gotta
not
catch
right.
them all.
Hurts me. I'm in pain.
The very best.
Oh, I forgot. I never did that. I was going to do that. I was going to do my dramatic reading of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. But I never did that. Were you not there for that?
I don't think I was there for that.
You were not in the Discord call for that. Okay, so basically...
I was probably busy. I was probably drawing, let's be honest.
I want to do a dramatic reading of Diary... Why can I not say diary? Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Good trick.
I'm getting worse at speaking as I age.
You need to step up.
Before, when I was younger, I had to go to speech therapy because I couldn't make the sound. Does it even pick up on mic? I don't even know. It's bad mic.
Like the TH?
TH sound, yes. Because I would always just go like the F sound. I was just say like, so instead of saying like 3, I would say free.
Free Shavaka.
And I honestly, for the longest time, didn't even know there was a difference between TH and F. I always thought they just were supposed to sound the same. And the people were like, no, you're not, you're stupid. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm intellectual.
And then they fixed it.
And then I just had to talk better. And then they were just like, okay, here's how to make the sound. And I did it.
You know you have to talk less, smile more.
Oh my god. Not everything has to be a Hamilton reference!
Congress floor.
I know I'm not the best one to say that, but I'm not exactly the most fitting one to say that based of all the other media references I've ever made in my life. Also known as a third of my jokes. Except for some reason, not a lot on this podcast. I don't make that many media references, I'll admit.
Yeah, out of podcast, he's absolutely terrible, people.
Yeah. We're bad. We're actually hard to talk to. And that's why I'm alone.
Between some reference to either Neon Genesis Evangelion.
No, that's grand. That's grand.
You're turning into a
I have
Neon
not
Genesis.
made that many references. Okay, it's a good show, but we'll save that for the discussing anime and other media section.
Dude,
Podcast.
When that subject goes on, I'm going to talk about Mob Psycho 100.
Are you ready for the 3-hour podcast, fellow discussioneers? Which is now just the official name for the audience people.
The discussioneers? Okay, yes. I can work with that. I'll change the roles on the Discord server.
Instead of just... Speaking of the Discord server, join the... I'm sorry. I've already done this a million times. Yeah. This podcast has gone off the rails more than any other of the other ones. And
that's true. Well, I mean, no, I think it's because our views on Destiny and Fate are kind of just
relatively simple. I honestly thought we'd have more to talk about, but no.
Me too, but I think, okay, if we want to talk about Destiny a little bit, if you know what's going to happen, and if you want to change it, would you be able to change it? Or is it fated that you would change it?
Oh my gosh.
See, this is why we can't have this discussion, because it's like,
maybe not. If you were to see a whole movie of your entire life, and you were what, and you could change, would you change one thing? Hold on for a second. Hold on. You would be allowed to change one thing, but then your memory would be erased up to that point, so you wouldn't remember what your future is or what you changed.
Really?
And only after the thing happens, you get told magically through brainwaves.
Okay, so Light Yagami, after forsaking the Death Note, but then getting it back later, and then he screams. He's like, "Oh my god, I remember."
Sure, still haven't seen Death Note.
That was for 3 people. Those 3 people, if you understood, okay. Yeah. But no. Basically, what happens is he gets the Death Note, and the second he touches it, all his memories are kind of being recorded. And so when he forsakes it, all memories of the Death Note are kind of just gone. But later, when he touches it again, he gets all the memories back. It was all part of this master plan to get the detective off his back, which didn't work. Considering he joined the detective's team on finding him, which I don't understand why.
Talk about this stuff later. Talk about all the details of your thoughts later. Yes, in the 3-hour media podcast.
We gotta do that on a Saturday or something, just so we both have a time.
Speaking of podcasting, which I could say that at any time because we are podcasting.
Podcasting actively.
If you want to join the next podcast as a guest star, leave a comment down below. And if we've already put you, you know who you are. If we've already put you on the list, then say "Hey, I want to be on a podcast. What ideas do you have?" Because we don't exactly right now have a structure for getting people to guest star. So we're gonna have to kind of figure that out.
Is next week a guest star week? I'm fine with it.
Sure, we'd have to actually get someone to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, in the comments below, say, "I want to do next week," and then tell us what you want the topic to be, or if you just want us to pick the topic at random.
That's true. The guest stars obviously don't know what the topic is beforehand. It's kind of like a game show like that. So,
you
literally don't know what
you're not going to be able to prepare if you're going to do that.
You won't have notes. We don't have notes, so you don't get to have notes.
We had notes until we didn't have notes. We no longer have
we kind of just gave up on notes.
We gave up on putting notes and realized that's
the first episode is so structured well because we went through the notes, but now we're just talking.
My parents listen. Not my parents. My mom sometimes listens to this podcast. She said she listened to 1 episode before, and she was like, "You guys get really off track." I'm like, "That's the point."
Listen, Drake's mom. What's your mom's name?
Teresa.
Listen, Teresa. Marisick or Miss?
Miss Marisick. Either one works. It would actually be Mrs.
Mrs. That's what I said.
No, you said Miss.
Did? Oh, my bad, Mrs. Marisek. Listen, Mrs. Maris.
How dare you insult my mother? That's it. We're canceling the podcast again. No, it's over. It's over.
You know what? Your mom, so mom that she raised you.
Impossible! I'm sorry for lashing out at you like that.
To the podcast, Mrs. Marisek. It's great.
Yes.
Sometimes my parents listen as well. So, yeah, that's neat.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't even know when they listen to it because they always have their speakers on. So I'm pretty sure I'm like asleep, and they just
they're listening to you as you're sleeping.
That's not
saying it like that is much weirder.
Saying it like that is weirder. Yeah, technically correct. It's like I'm taking a nap, but then I say like I just got up from a nap, and then somebody texts me. It's like, hey, I was listening to you while you were sleeping. I could be like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize for cutting out. It was all my fault. I flipped my lag switch right there.
Literally did.
In video, for people in the audience not acquainted,
oh no.
With a lag switch is basically a cheating thing for a lot of video games where basically it ups the amount of like interference with your connection, so it makes you lag in a video game, so you're able to like essentially teleport around and people aren't able to hit you in like a first-person shooter.
One of these being Team Fortress 2, which Drake and I play sometimes, along with other friends.
Go watch my Twitch streams in the description. I might not put that in the description. Actually, I probably will. It's like it's literally just the name of the channel, but on Twitch.
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/dailydoseofexistence. It's not that hard.
Ty, do you have a Twitch? I don't remember.
I have a Twitch, but I don't like stream often.
Have you ever used it?
I have. I've streamed Minecraft and Dead by Daylight before.
Nice.
Yeah. I might do that later sometime. Probably not today, since I have animation to do.
We never got the answers about the zodiac signs. That's a shame.
Yeah.
We've been recording for 40 minutes, so it's a good time to wrap it up. Yes. And I started recording like immediately, like upon it, so that's an accurate timestamp.
It felt like 5 minutes.
It has not, in fact, been 5 minutes. I have homework to do and stuff. Oh my gosh. Why do teachers do this?
I have to, like, read Lord of the Flies Chapter 3. It's absolutely horrifying. Oh my god. Symbolism.
Lord of the Flies is a really good book. Yeah.
It's a great book.
I've read the whole... Have you read the whole thing before, or is this your first time?
I've read it before, but I forgot it, so rereading.
It's like a really long time ago.
Well, yeah, basically I'm just looking out for the symbolism this time. So, yeah.
Sometimes I feel... This is a whole other podcast in and of itself, but, like, I'm just going to quickly say this, but sometimes I feel that looking for symbolism in something or super ultra-analyzing something can just kind of ruin a book sometimes, I feel. Like...
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
I feel like English teachers should make someone read a book first, and then go through it a second time and look for stuff, and not do it all in one read through, because it kind of makes the experience worse. Yeah,
I can agree with that because I remember last year we were reading that one guy, the French guy with the large nose, starts with a C. Wow. Okay. The fact that I'm not remembering obviously means they didn't have that big of an impact on it. We were in honors English. We had something else. I was in normal English. It was basically though. Oh. Now I remember. Ronan earlier asked me who my English teachers were, and I couldn't remember this one, but it was Mrs. Z, and we were reading this thing, and she made us look into it like really deep, and I just couldn't get into the book at all because she was always stopping us, and I was like, "Oh, this part's actually kind of interesting. You're saying he's gonna go and write a poem, and all right. What do you guys think the writing of the poem means?"
Oh my gosh!
And I'm like, I guess it means he wants to go write a poem for her. I'm not. But what do you really think it means?
What do you really think? What does it really mean?
perhaps the writer wanted to just write that he was going to write her a poem. I'm not sure what
you know what? They were destined to write that poem.
What?
What? Fate? Whoa! That's
Another
it for
callback.
today's episode of... No, this is a callback to this episode.
No, I know.
I'm ending the... I'm ending it.
I know what you're doing.
This has been this episode of Discussing the Universe with Drake.
And Ty.
Remember to like, subscribe. Goodbye.
Notification bell.
That too.